Hajimemashite, boku wa JD desu. Welcome to my first controversial video. It is controversial that people think that you cannot drink at all alcoholic beverages while you're pregnant. And the US is pretty much the only country in the world that feels that way. When in reality, my experience, I'll speak from that, in Japan, the doctors told me and my wife that it's perfectly fine for her to have a glass of wine a day. You don't want to do two, three, a bottle of wine. So why here is it just so, I don't know, cautious? My opinion here is that we're so concerned about being right when so many of the patients are just stupid. And you can say it's ignorance, you can say it's stupidity, and whatever you want to say about it. The fact is that it is okay if you have a history of malformations, etc., etc. Maybe you should consider not having children if it's that big of a deal. If you're an alcoholic, you should get that taken care of. But a glass of wine can actually help because some health problems come from stress. If you're stressed out, a glass of wine can calm you down. Smoking, for example. I've been involved in several, what do you call them, trials. Where the FDA has approved, human trials. You hear them on the radio or see them on TV. We're seeking candidates to join this trial for this drug. So I know how that part, not how the whole thing works, but I understand how the majority of it works. Because before I get involved in something like that, I want to know how it works. So smoking. There's all these things that smoking causes. But in countries that, well, not really countries, in populations that don't have regulated tobacco, or, they don't have, like the pygmies. That's what I'm trying to say. I've had my glass of wine, so I'm a little loose on the language today, and this one isn't a planned video at all. But the pygmies and there's cultures, there are pockets, isolated pockets of humanity out there, believe it or not, that don't have internet and don't have Coca-Cola and don't have Marlboro or Camel or Pall Mall, which today I heard someone in line say Pale Male. Palmal or P. Yeah, Google it. That's how you spell it. It does. It's not pale. It's Paul. Way off topic. But if you watch my videos, that's how I go. I go off topic. Anyway, studies, smoking causes all kinds of crap. It has the same rate of occurrence per capita, percentage wise, in non smoking cultures, in cultures that don't even have access to smoke or secondhand smoke. The thing is, going back to the drug trials, if someone has a heart attack during the trial, that by law has to be listed as a possible side effect of the drug. That's why when you look at the drug, the blue pill or whatever, possible side effects may include all this horrible crap because they have to try it on humans in a test run, and anything that happens to that group of humans during that test run is put into the report. It's like, oh, I had diarrhea. It doesn't matter, and they'll tell you to keep, they do tell you, if you've ever been involved in it, Try to maintain the same diet. Don't change your diet. Don't do anything different. Are you on any other medicated drug? And you typically don't get in if you are, in all of my experiences. Uh, so anything that's done. So basically, the way it's determined that, tobacco use causes lung cancer and increases the risk for this, that, and the other, it is based on a curve. It's bullshit. Humans either will get cancer or will not get cancer. Secondhand smoke, firsthand smoke, drinking while pregnant. Okay, you cannot group people into a percentage. My mother died of cancer. It was like a triple threat. I forget exactly what it was, but she had to have a hysterectomy and then chemo and radiation. And you can say, yeah, it was because she smoked or because she drank or because of whatever. Let me try to focus because this is kind of an important part I wanted to say here. You take people, so you take a group of 100 people, and you say, what, 5% of people will die from XYZ. So that means that 5 of those 100 people that you just selected have to die from XYZ. But if you do that, you notice that it doesn't work. So that 95% chance of not dying from XYZ is actually just a statistical number that does not work on humans. Because humans, we're all different. And I don't mean we're all special fucking snowflakes. We're all different. We have different genetics. Things happen differently. There are different situations. Maybe you got right in a sunspot that just happened to have an extra burst of gamma or whatever. Yes, maybe nicotine increases your chances. I don't think it's significant enough. The numbers don't match. You can't take people and group them together and say there's a 95% chance of this. All that means is that there's a 95% success rate. So it doesn't actually apply that way until we understand much more about how the human body works, how DNA works, and why things happen. Which we're getting there, I assume, I feel. Anyway, so yeah, maybe this one wasn't as controversial, but feel free to drink a glass of wine when you're pregnant. Not all day, one less. You don't need it every day. If you need a glass of wine every day, you need to change so that the stress is not there. But you're going to have stress. You're going to have, because you deal with dumb drivers, ignorant drivers, and stupid drivers. I deal with those every day. I like to come home on a Friday and have a beer, have a glass of wine, maybe Johnny Walker, depending on the week, and relax and watch Netflix, watch YouTube, click on people's ads, give someone else a better day. I don't flip them off, the bad drivers or the YouTube ads, but I do take it back and I think, okay, well, they're in a hurry. The thing is, because I'm on both sides of the fence for this one, I drive normally to me. I drive the speed limit. I don't pass people. I don't get on someone's ass. If someone gets on my ass, I actually slow down, and not to be a dick. I slow down so if something happens, I have more time to react slowly. Because if they're on my ass and I have to stop fast, I don't want them to hit me. Oh yeah, but you can get some insurance. I don't want to go through the headache and the hassle. That dude might not have insurance. I've been in my work vehicle. I've been hit 3 times, never at fault, and I've never sued. I mean, admittedly, I have not been injured. But, in the U.S., you can sue someone for looking at you wrong. You can sue literally for anything. Now, sometimes it's thrown out. Sometimes they settle. Sometimes you win. The point is that's a stupid system. So this is more of a rant video. It's going to be a little long, guys, but if you don't like my long videos, you've already logged off. All right. I just feel like talking. And Elmer's not here. Thank you, Elmer. Drop me a like. All right, so jumping back to my funny hair. Um, I was going off on, what was I going off on? Percentages. So let's talk about the way the corporate world likes to measure your performance, and it's based on metrics. Oh, the wonderful world of metrics. Now, regardless of what job you do, you have metrics now. Burger King, McDonald's, right? If you're on drive-through, you're supposed to clear X number of cars and whatever that I don't know what the time thing is. I just know it happens. Um, if you're, I don't know, I can't think of other examples outside of my work. But what I do is I visit people's businesses and either install or repair internet, telephone, or TV. Now, after I install it or repair it, if we go back, if my company has to go back or even address a phone call, that is a bad metric because I left something lacking, right? Not true. The reason why, now I understand it's there for a reason, and I understand the reason I just explained it because something's lacking. Well, the thing is, this metric isn't accurate because it's a business, A. Even if it's a home, even if it's a residential account, there's people involved. I'm a person, they're a person. Whoever I speak to is a person. I can convey an idea, like I'm trying to convey an idea to you right now, that something is done a certain way. You turn on a TV with this button. You change the channel with this button. You use the internet. This is the wireless passphrase and network ID. This is your phone number. This is how you access voicemail. You convey those things. People forget things. You give them a welcome kit. It has all that information in it so they can reference it. They put it away. Where's your mail you had from 2 days ago, from a week ago? Um, you know, you forget things. Okay, so then you also remind them, that you can find this information online as well. Okay, well, the link to that information is in the welcome kit. But people lose things. People forget things. The website is useless. You know, so on the websites, you're going there to try to find help, and then all it gives you is, you can get these in your area. I have the services. I need help because I can't remember how to do this. Anyway, it's annoying. Um, I can find it, and I teach them how to find it. But the other side of that coin is, let's say Lisa is there that day. She's the one working. She's the manager or supervisor or whatever. It doesn't matter what Lisa does. She's the one that is there when I install it. She's the one that helps me or the one I teach, the one that shows me where everything goes or shows me how their side works. Well, then Bob comes in on a Tuesday and what? Bob can't log on to the internet. Oh, man. All right. Bob goes, oh, Lisa's off or busy, or he doesn't even know Lisa is the point of contact. So Bob goes in and calls and says, I'm having trouble. And they're like, oh, you're having trouble. We'll send someone out. Well, that looks bad on me from the corporate point of view. Just like at the McDonald's drive-through where, you're supposed to get, say, I don't know, 10 cars every 5 minutes, whatever the thing is. And then you have, the soccer mom that's arguing with her kids about, you don't need chicken nuggets and stuff. Yeah, there's always a solution. Tell the mom, hey, listen, you don't need to ask your kids what they want. You don't need to negotiate with them. Or if you absolutely have to do that, if you're that person, do it before you get in the drive-through. Because not only are you inconvenience the guy or girl behind the counter, by holding up the line and screwing up their numbers, And, of course, that's not their fault. And it's not the soccer mom's fault either. She's just doing her thing. Yes, it's an inconvenience. And that's the thing you should think about. See, all this is kind of related. Because you're inconveniencing yourself and the person that's serving you and the people behind you. Anyway, and it's annoying. And this is always on my mind just because that's the way it works. I understand that's the way it works, so I accept it and I do my best to work on everything I can control. And for the most part, the people I work with, my supervisors, managers, and etc., they understand it. So they don't really, they pressure it. With the new guys, I understand it is really important to impress them with it. Because a new guy comes in and he thinks he can just lollygag off, and then customers aren't actually happy. And that's how I succeed. My customers, I have 100% positive customer feedback. Every interaction I have is either satisfactory at 100%, there's no complaints, or better. And yes, you can have better than 100%. That's another thing that's weird, right? 95% of people, die from whatever. 110% people die from this. Always blows my mind is how we apply these metrics that can have more than 100%, but you don't get credit for it if it's above. You're stuck at 100. Anyway, so I think that's my rant. I feel good about it. It's 20 minutes, so I'm gonna have to stop it short. But make sure you like and comment, subscribe if you're not a sub. If you're not a sub, give me a sub. We're gonna let my dog out. Dog meat, say hi. Oh, he doesn't want to say hi. He thinks the camera is evil. Hey, dog meat. And I have a 500 subscriber challenge. There's a video that's posted just before this one. Check that out. I'm gonna shave everything from the neck up, right? I've got to let him out, so I'm gonna stop. Have a good night. If you've been here this long, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you. Bye now.